Ross, we can finally stand here and say that we've won on the road this season. You could look at that either way and be relieved that we finally got it, be really happy we finally got it, or, could say it should have been coming a long, long time ago. But the fact is, we've come here against a very decent Worksop team in form and won 2-1. How are you feeling?
Yeah, the Form 1 is frustrating. I mean, this late in the season, have your first win away should have been many months ago. But it wasn't. So today was a must win. We knew we had to win the game. We wanted to win the game, and I thought we set up well to win the game. And I thought we'd done enough. I think we were the better team. It was a bit of a scrappy game first half. Second half, we grew into it. They loaded the box quite well. We had to defend quite a bit. We had more than enough chances um, to score another, but our quality let us down slightly. But towards the end of the game, I think they're just throwing everyone up front. There's probably 6 strikers on up front. They're putting balls in the box, and we've got to defend it. We could have had a nice chance at the end just to finish it off for Scotty. But everyone really ran their socks off today, and it was a real earned 3 points. I was a little bit disappointed about the goal we conceded. I think we could have done better with that. We made our own sort of mistakes, and something we need to look at and look into. But for me, 3 points on the road was really important today.
Yeah, the thoroughly entertaining second half was pretty much a polar opposite to the first half. Let's start off with that though. What did you say to the lads at half time? Because we weren't awful, but
No,
we weren't amazing either.
I thought we just fell between the lines of what we wanted to do. We knew what we were doing. We were sort of doing it, but we weren't really executing it properly. We weren't believing in it. There was some real nice bits of play in there that I really liked, but I just felt we were doing it because we were told to do it rather than believing in it. And then when we actually believed in what we were doing, we got turned in the right areas and ran in the right areas and we played in the right areas and we got a switch of play. It looks much better. A lot more purpose in our play. We tried to get Bernie isolated at the left back, and we did that a number of occasions. Just that little bit of quality right at the end. So second half was just a bit of a reality check that we've just been on the bus. We're coming up here to get 3 points. We were doing okay, but okay wasn't enough, and we just had to up it by 10-15% all over the pitch. I thought the boys defended really well. We worked ever so hard. Our fitness, we looked really fit. And the 3 points was really important. However, we got them today, and we did that.
Yeah, second half was almost like the three J's, wasn't it? Josh, and Johnny. Josh Parker. To be fair, let's talk about the two strikers because Josh Parker, I thought he had a brilliant game today. He scored an absolutely brilliant goal. But we shouldn't forget Callum McFarlane as well today. I don't think because he ran his socks off, and as a duo they worked really well together, didn't they?
They did. They worked really well in training. I thought that they worked hard together. Obviously, we've not played them two together before, so they're still learning each other. But Callum's legs, energy, appetite to work hard and pop up in the right areas, get turned and affect defenders. And obviously, Parks with experience, his speed, is the quickest in our club. And at the age of 35, that's some doing. So, his experience, his physicality, his know-how, his knowledge, but complement that with Callum, who's got energy, legs, enthusiasm, desperate to do well. And I thought he played really well today. We brought him off and added Tom in there just to shore things up. But I thought everyone put in a massive shift today, and the boys should be really pleased.
Two goals, two brilliant goals at that. We just talk about that Josh Parker one, but that Josh Ashby one. I'm not quite sure what happened with it, but it was hit from certainly long range. But if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle, as the old saying goes. And when we're 2-0 up, you must be absolutely delighted because after those two chances, it was in the second half. The momentum had shifted, and we kind of got our just desserts there, didn't we?
Yeah, we started doing what we set out to do, and we got in the right areas. I think Ash had one first half. I think Callum could have set him back for one, edge of the box, but then he's hit one bottom corner and the keeper's made a great save, a world-class save. But if you don't shoot, you don't get rewards. And we get shots on target, but we need to make more shots and have a bit more conviction of when we shoot. Because when we do shoot, we pull the trigger, they go in. So I think the message is quite clear. When we get into shooting positions, don't turn it down. Obviously, Parker's finish is really good. Ashby's really good, but Johnny's made a really good save as well from the left winger who cut inside and hit one with his right foot. And fair play to him. He hit a few. He had a great strike on him, and he was really effective. So Johnny's had to stand up and be counted. The goal was definitely avoidable, and we can prevent those ones. I think the goals taken were really well, and just to finish off right at the end would have been nice to tap that last one in.
Yeah, it was. We've hit them on the break, but when it's 2-1, they've got one back. You think, oh, here we go. Maybe it's as much as a mental game. tired legs, tired mind, and I'm not sure. I know you wouldn't have done it on the bench, but the fans were probably thinking, flashbacks of Chorley and all of that. But they didn't. They didn't give up anything today. And as a unit, we made it so tough for them to break down. And they were a big side. They were, Bencherif, Waterfall, experienced pros, and we stood up to the challenge today. Is that equally as pleasing? Despite not getting a clean sheet, that we've dug in and won that game.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted the clean sheet. It would have been massive today, coming to a difficult team, a physical team, a direct team who can load the box and make you defend. It would have been great to have a clean sheet. I think momentum in football is a massive thing. You give a goal away, the whole game changes, and it doesn't matter how much you work on tactics or systems or personnel in training. Recreating that momentum shift is difficult in training at times, because it gives them a 50% boost and it deflates us by 20%. So it's one of those ones where you've got to roll your sleeves up. And I just look at the experienced ones when the goal went in. Ashby in particular, settling the boys down, saying relax, settle down. Johnny as well. Parks going, look, settle down. There's plenty of time to see the game out. And I think those moments are really important and something that was really noticeable today. So it would have been easy to cave. A lot of teams do it. A lot of teams, after you score one, they concede two, and we've done it in the past. We've tried to look at how we can prevent doing that. Today, it's really massive, because they've had a good couple of results.
Yeah.
So we've got to respect that, and they've been on a good run. But today, I thought we worked hard and we deserved the win.
Yeah, going into those last few minutes of the game, with the way the game went as well, it had a little bit of bite to it. Everything you've said there, the kind of statistic of not winning on the road all year, it all added to a real, really big ending. And it feels like a match that's bigger than 3 points, but it's not. It's just 3 points. And how important is that to remember that we go and enjoy it, and then we're straight back on Monday and working hard towards the next game against a very good Marine side now.
Yeah, I think the more you say about the first win on the road annoys me more.
Sorry.
Because we've played really well away from home, and we haven't got those results. And I think it's a weight off the boys' shoulder, because everyone starts talking about it. But the bottom line is we've played better than today away and lost.
Yeah.
And we've played better than today and drawn. And we've played better than today and lost. It's one of those things. Today is one of those games where we came here to get 3 points. It doesn't matter how it was achieved, whether it was football, whether it was defending, whether it is putting balls in the box and seeing the game out. We needed 3 points, and we got it today. So big game next week. We know that. The boys have got to rest up. They put a big shift in. It was a physical game. There was tackles. There was all sorts going on. But that is the league we're in, and we have to battle with the best. And we're up against a really good team next week as well.
Yeah. Final one from me now. I'm going to probably annoy you a little bit more. When Ashby scored that goal, he's run over to the fans. They've got all the flags all over the way end like they always do, and they've mobbed him, and everyone's bouncing up and down and delighted. And at the end, they've travelled up and down the country all year, and even though they probably agree with you, we played better than today and not come away with anything, but we've come away with something today. It's great for them as well, and it was great to hear them from the sidelines as well, wasn't it? Brilliant support again.
Yeah, I mean, they've seen us play much better and lose, and they've seen us play much better and draw. Today, I'm not too bothered about how we played. I think the 3 points is really important for the fans as well as us. So, we look back at the end of the season, you won't remember every single performance. You just remember those 3 points or points that you lose. Today might be one of those. I thought we worked really hard. We worked our shape. I thought the system was good. The personnel was working hard. We could have scored one right at the end. I think the 3 points is really important for the feel-good factor of the fans who travel up and down the country. They come and support us, and rightly so. Get stuck in when we score. Celebrate with us, we'll celebrate with you, and that's what we're doing. We're trying to be a really inclusive club, and everyone to be involved and being that 12th man. And today they were behind the goal. They were cheering, and that's what the boys need as well. So big respect for the fans again, travelling up here to watch.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, Ross. Thank you very much.
Cheers.